Hi, I'm Angie. Let's get started with Pilates. Coming down onto your back with your knees bent and your feet on the floor. Starting with lift foot just to warm up through the T-zone. So inhale, T-zone. Exhale, lift one leg up to tabletop. Inhale, rest back down. Other side. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower back down. So just nice and controlled, keeping the hips still, no rocking through the pelvis. Pointing the toes, hitting that tabletop position each time so the shins are parallel to the floor. Knees stacked above the hips. We'll just go for a few more here. Using that breath. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. This is our last couple. One more. And we'll add on to this one now, taking a tabletop, extend, tabletop, lower down, other side, tabletop, extend, tabletop, lower down. Just getting that rhythm in your body. Exhale as you lift and extend. Inhale as you bring it all back in. We'll take one more on each side. And taking one leg up to tabletop position, we continue with that movement. Imprint the spine. Exhale as you lift and extend. Inhale, bring it back and lower. And we continue with the same leg. Use that breath to help you. Only extending that leg as low as you can to the ground without arching the lower back. So keeping a nice steady pace with this one. Exhale on the way up and extend. Inhale as you bring it all back. We've got a couple more rounds here. One more. And switch it straight over to the other side. And touch it down. Just keeping that nice steady rhythm. The lower back imprinted. Feeling the abdominals work as they stabilize and protect the lower back. Keep it coming. We've got 3 more rounds. Couple more to go. And one more to go. And we'll rest back down, take a little breath there. Moving into pendulum, opening the arms out to the side, palms are facing to the sky. Lifting the legs up to tabletop position and squeezing them together. Dropping the knees over to one side, keeping the T-zone activated. Extend the top leg and then use your abdominals to draw back to center. Dropping back to tabletop, lower the knees to the other side. Extend the top leg and drawing back to center. Keeping it coming. Inhale, lower those knees over. Exhale, extend that top leg and come back to center. Try not to push through the arms, keeping all the work through that T-zone activation. Squeezing the knees together to work the inner thighs. Making sure we don't drop too far over to the side. Otherwise we start to arch the lower back. Keep it coming, we've just got a few more to go. Trying to use the abdominal muscles rather than the quad muscles. Make sure we don't drop too far over to the side. The further we go, the more likely it is the T-zone will switch off and the quad muscles will take over. We've got one more to go here. Coming back to center and taking a little rest. Moving into our Nutcracker, stacking the hands up overhead, imprint that lower back, lifting the legs to tabletop position and squeeze them together. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, curling ribs towards hips and extend those legs out. Inhale, touch, and resting back down. Keep it coming. Exhale, reach up as high as you can, open the legs, and then bring it all the way back down again. As you open the legs, be careful not to open them too wide, otherwise we lose that T-zone activation. Trying to keep the movement nice and continuous and flowing. Looking up at the hands as you reach through. We've got a few more of these ones to go, keeping that lower back imprinted. Just that nice steady rhythm. Try not to pick up the pace as you get tired. Keep it coming. Couple more rounds to go. And one more. And resting back down. Moving into our bicycle legs, keeping the lower back imprinted. Float those legs to tabletop position, keeping them hip distance apart. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, glide ribs towards hips, reaching through the hands. Inhale, T-zone harder. Exhale, extend one leg out. Inhale, come back in. Exhale, extend out. Inhale, bring it back in. Using the arms now, float them up and bring them back. Float them out and bring them back. Just nice and gentle, holding on to that curl. Try and keep your eye gaze up on the knees. Lengthen that leg as much as you can, pointing into the toes. Keep it coming. Keep using your breath to help you. Try and keep that lower back imprinted. Coming up to our last few here. Try and hold on to that curl. 4, 3, 2, one more. And resting back down. Turning over onto the side. Let's work into the glutes. Coming into our Clam 3 position. So think about it as a side-lying tabletop. So we're in a 90-degree angle with those legs. The knees are directly opposite the hip. Lightly rest the fingers down. T-zone switched on. With your inhale breath and then exhale, squeeze the heels together, open the knee. Inhale, close it down. Again, squeeze the heels together, open the knee, and close it down. So be careful to keep this top hip stacked. Don't roll backwards to try and create a bigger range of movement here. It's quite a small movement, generally only opening about a couple of inches. If you want to feel the glutes squeezing, you can place your hand on your top bottom cheek there and just feel it squeeze as you press those heels together each time. Nice little motivator when you can feel the muscle working. Keep it coming. We've got a couple more here. And one more. And resting back down. So we can take the hand back in front now for the kick out. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, just lifting the whole top leg, keeping the ankle in line with the knee. Inhale, close it down. Exhale, take a lift. Inhale, lower down. So as we go, really feel the work through your glute muscle as it squeezes to lift the leg, making sure that we keep the top hip stacked on top of the bottom hip. So keep thinking about that T-zone activation, making sure that we're not leading with the foot, so the foot just stays in line with the knee the whole time. We should really be feeling this fire up into our bottom about now. You can always pop a smile on your face if it starts to get a little bit challenging. We've got 3 more reps to go. Almost there. Keep using that breath to help you. And 1 more lift. Resting down. Let's reach those legs long in line with the body now. So 1 long line from the fingers down to the toes, hand onto the top leg. T-zone switched on. Then with your exhale breath, squeezing the side of the body, we're lifting just the legs. Inhale, lower down. So really thinking about the T-zone activation, thinking about the top hip, drawing down towards the bottom hip. We can lift the legs as high as we can, as long as we don't lose our balance. And we want to make sure that we lift straight up. So no rolling backwards, otherwise it starts to come more into the abdominals. And we want to focus more on this side squeeze here. Using that breath to help you lift and squeeze and resting down. To make it a little bit harder, try and lift up higher. You've got the modification of the hand down in front if you're finding the balance a little bit tricky. So you can see how you go if you're wobbling around a little bit. Just pop that hand down in front to help you. On the next one, we lift those legs up and hold them there. Moving into beat, so the bottom leg drops down and squeezes up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze up. So the top leg doesn't move, just holding on there. We should be feeling a nice little bit of warmth through that top leg. The bottom leg, the inner thigh is working quite hard. Let the bottom leg do the work of dropping down and lifting back up again. Still using your T-zone to help you stabilize. Keep it coming, we're almost there. Keep breathing. 1 more to go. And rest those legs back down. Taking a little bend through the knees and lifting ourselves up now, popping the elbow underneath the shoulder. In this position, make sure we stay nice and lifted so the shoulder is pressing down away from the ear, and extend that top leg out. You can pop your hand to the hip to make it a bit harder, or down in front if you need help with the balance. T-zone switched on with your inhale breath. Exhale, big press up from the underneath side. Inhale, lower, don't rest down. Exhale, press up as high as you can. Inhale, rest back down. So just building on that balance, feeling the work through the underneath side of the body and into the shoulder as well. Keep pressing up as high as you can. We've got a few more reps to go. Keep thinking about the top hip, drawing down towards the bottom hip. Almost there. Couple more reps to go. One last one. And resting back down, take a breath. Let's set ourselves up on the second side, so just flick around, coming into our Clam 3 pose. Laying all the way down, so remember that 90-degree angle with the legs, knees directly opposite the hips, feet down in line with the knees, hand on the bottom to feel the work. T-zone switched on with inhale breath. Exhale, squeeze the heels together and open the knee. Inhale, close it down. Exhale, squeeze those heels together before you open. And inhale, close it down. So remember, we're not aiming for a big range of movement here, just small and controlled. We want to feel the squeeze in our bottom, so hopefully you can feel those muscles working. I always like to have my hand there for a little bit of motivation. Keep it coming, using the breath to help you. Keep the top hip stacked on top of the bottom hip. The T-zone activated. A few more rounds. Almost there. Make sure we don't start rolling back as you get tired. One more to go. And rest down, ready for the kick out. You can place that hand down in front now. T-zone switched on. With your exhale breath, lifting the whole top leg. Inhale, resting down. So again, this one isn't about a big range of movement. If we lift too high, it's likely that we're not really working the glute muscles anymore, and you'll also lose control of the T-zone, and we'll probably be working more into the abdominals because you'll lose the top hip stacking over the bottom hip. So just a small range here. Just opening, think about more a couple of inches and resting back down. Keeping the foot in line with the knee, making sure we're not leading with the foot. It's the whole top leg that lifts at the same time, and rest back down. Keep thinking about your T-zone. It does like to switch off during the exercises. We've got 2 more to go. And one last one. And rest down. Let's reach those legs long for our double leg lift. Resting the hand on the leg if you can. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, big squeeze through the side of the body, lifting the lower half. Inhale, rest down. Exhale, take a lift, keeping the top hip stacked. Inhale, lower down. Now if you're wobbling about, I'm wobbling a little bit here too, a hand down in front does help you find your balance. Try not to put a lot of weight into those fingers. Keep focusing on the squeeze down the side of the body. Is your T-zone still switched on? Lifting those legs up as high as you can. We've got a few more rounds. Almost there. One more to go. And on the next one, we lift up and hold, moving into our beats. So the bottom leg will drop down and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Keeping the top leg where it is, lifted up nice and high. Don't let it droop down. It's not following that base leg. Make the bottom leg do all the work. Keeping that T-zone active. Keep breathing. Pop a smile on your face when it gets hard. We're almost there. Couple more rounds. And last one. And resting back down. We are rolling over onto our front now, pressing back onto all fours. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Knees, take them behind the line of the hips and then drop those hips down. T-zone switched on with your inhale breath. As you exhale, tuck the toes and lift into your full plank pose, keeping the bottom down. From here we inhale, lower the knees but don't rest. Exhale, lifting up into your plank pose. And we keep going, just grazing the knees down and then pressing back. So we're not actually resting here. Unless you really need a moment to breathe, then you can pop the knees down, reset, get that T-zone activated and move back into those knee taps. Keep thinking about the ribs gliding down towards the hips, taking some weight into the fingertips, not all just back into the heel of the hand. Watching as we get tired, that the head doesn't start to droop down towards the floor. We haven't got many more to go, 2 more. And last one. And you can lower those knees down, take a quick little child's pose. Coming all the way down onto the belly. We take our breaststroke arm prep from here. So take a cactus position with the hands out to the side. Tuck your pubic bone into the mat, T-zone switched on. With your inhale breath, lifting your chest, arms and head up off the floor. And then breathe naturally as we start to take circles over the surface of the floor. So just feeling the shoulder blades drawing down and back. Making sure the circles aren't too large here. Keep it going for a few more. Keeping the eye gaze down on the floor in front of you. Last few. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And rest down. Taking a breath here. Then reaching the hands out long in front. Ready for our big sweep. Tuck the pubic bone into the mat. T-zone switched on. With your inhale breath, lifting the chest, head and arms up. Exhale, big sweep around and turn those palms to the sky. And then we release back. Big sweep up, turn the palms to the sky, lifting up as high as you can and release back down. Keep it coming. If you need that little rest down, you can rest the forehead. Really focus on that T-zone activation and how the shoulder blades draw down and back to create the lift each time. Making sure we keep the eyes down on the floor in front. And to make it harder, we're not completely resting down each time. We are almost there. 3 more big sweeps. And 2 to go. Lift up as high as you can. And 1 last big sweep. And resting down. Again, take a little breath here. And moving into our freestyle. So hands and feet reaching out past each other. Pubic bone tucked into the mat, T-zone tight. Inhale, opposite arm, opposite leg lifts up and the head. Exhale, resting back down. Inhale, big lift. Exhale, resting back down. So this is level 1 of our freestyle exercise. If we want to jump up to the next level, we'll take it from the hover. So lift up, hover. We inhale, lift from here. Exhale, lower. Other side. Keep it coming. Strong T-zone activation. Few more reps. 1 more on each side. Last one. And rest down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Pull back into a child's pose. Sealing the bottom back onto the heels. Reaching those fingers far forward, sending the chest down to the floor. And taking a thread through, one hand comes underneath and we can walk the other hand away, opening up the top shoulder. Just feeling that nice opener through the shoulders and then passing back through child's pose to the other side. Really open up the shoulder. Feeling that nice big stretch. And unthread. Sliding the hands into the knees, sitting back onto the bottom, crossing those legs, one in front of the other with both down on the floor. From here, just walking forward as far as you can. Sending the chest down, keep walking the fingers away. Feel that big stretch through the glute. Nice release. And walk it back in, switching the legs over. Off we go again, walking down. Nice long necks here. Thinking about the chest heading down rather than the head. And then settle into that stretch. Walking those hands back in. And we'll just take a seat here. One hand over the top, drawing the ear down towards the shoulder, reaching the other hand away, and we can take that little gaze into the armpit. And gently releasing over to the other side, drawing the ear down, reaching the hand away, and taking that little tuck into the armpit. And release. Just taking a final roll through the shoulders. And that brings you to the end of Pilates. Thank you for joining me.